Hello and welcome to Geeks of the Round Dexter discussion. I'm your host, Matt Moore, and I'm here with Todd Grundle. How are you doing, Todd?
I am doing well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing tired. Normally, I'm doff my hat, but it's just too damn hot for that, so no signature hat today. Just some show notes. This will be a short episode, mostly because of the fact that I have only one guest. Also, it's not like Game of Thrones. We don't have a lot of storylines to deal with. We just really kind of have the two. So yeah, cool. Remember to check us out at geeksoftheround.com, and we'll get to it. First off, the episode was really good. It kind of started out a little slow at first, but it really picked up, especially towards the end. What did you like about it, Todd?
Oh, well, I really liked the lady. What's her name? Old Funky Eyes.
The profiler.
Yes, that was fun. Um, I mean, it's funny. I really liked the episode. I was excited watching it. I'm really excited for next week. Yet when you ask me that question, I can kind of I quicker can think of things I didn't like.
Okay, what didn't you like?
Well, I didn't so much like Deborah being so frazzled and out of it. It means we're gonna have to focus on that for a while, and I wasn't really looking forward to that so much.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. The whole her dealing with having to kill LaGuerta.
Yeah, becoming a drug addict and
Uh-huh.
sleeping with this guy and putting herself into this hell. Although from the coming up on the previews for the rest of the season, it does look like she might get out of that a bit soon. So let's just hope they don't. I hope they don't really drag us in that too much. I mean, it's the end. I think there's a
Yeah,
little
yeah.
more than that to. I think there's a little more than that to close up that I'm a little more interested in.
Well, while we do see her doing drugs, we don't necessarily know that she's an addict. I mean, she could just be
Right.
playing a part. And you have to remember that she started out in Vice, so I mean, she's kind of used to doing exactly what she's doing. She's just probably going a little farther with it now than she did before.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe, she had it all under control, but then when they said, different scripts with different doctors and
Oh
when she
yeah.
made that comment at the end about the money, I was just about to be rich. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, that made me think she is a bit more compromised.
Oh, that's true. I hadn't thought of that. I completely forgotten about the scripts from multiple doctors. That's what I get for
We
watching the episode on my mobile phone.
we have another guest. I apologize.
We have another guest.
Yeah, my cat. He's causing trouble at the door.
Okay.
Better get past him. Shoo, kitty. All right, he's gone.
So we did get our first look at Amy Garcia naked,
I was happy about that.
and then some other
Giggity.
female. I have no idea who she is.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I'm glad you brought that up. That was another thing I didn't like. I'm a big fan of breasts, but and yeah, the show was a bit sexualized, especially during the Rita years. But they did kind of drift away from it, and I hate to use the term, but almost seemed a bit more classy. And I felt almost a bit trashy when there they were, just
Yeah.
nipples first, what, 30 seconds?
I don't know. I remember Dexter like in the first season or two where he generally disliked sex, and like he basically forced himself to have sex with Rita, and then he kind of got an appreciation for it for having sex with people that he really cared about. I don't know. I just never really saw him as having meaningless sex.
Well, I think he's definitely got a type now. He's definitely into blondes. I mean, they've all been blonde, which is except who?
Lila.
Oh yes, yeah, season 2. Yeah.
But yeah, he's definitely got that type. Sorry, I'm over here sweating my hair off.
I'm actually relatively cool. It's been raining.
Oh, well, good for you.
Yes.
What else did we have? We had the Batista storyline, where Batista was dealing with the death of LaGuerta, and it's 6 months later, and he's still pretty hung up on her, and trying to deal with the crap.
I wonder if those 2 warrants for Dexter and Deborah are gonna show up, or Dexter's reaction when he was giving her that vase, or giving him that vase of LaGuerta's, or whatever that was, the thing Harrison smashed.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's all going to come into play, and Batista is going to be the one who picks up LaGuerta's torch. I hope not. I always hoped. I'm not getting what I hoped. I always hoped that Batista, Masuga, or Vince, whatever the hell his name is, and a bunch of them, I always thought that they would just get behind him, like it seems this lady's trying to do. And I don't think I'm getting my wish. I think, because especially when they were doing that memorial, I said, wow, how the hell does Dexter come back from this? You know, like, they're going to hate him. They're going to hate him. There's no way around it. There's no, I'm not getting what I want. Done.
Well, yeah, it's no, I don't think that Masuka or Batista or any of them are ever going to catch on to exactly who Dexter is. They're too blind. They've got their shutters on. They just can't see it.
Yeah, maybe Masuka. Maybe. At least he's going to think eventually, hey, you're a dick friend, you know? like he said today, I'm always covering for you with that smile.
Yeah. Yeah, but to be fair, Dexter's always covering for Masuka, too, just keeping his dirtier comments out of the public purview.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? We had... Sorry, my mind is gone today.
Well, what about the lady, the British lady? I'll refrain from calling her Crazy Eyes.
Dr. Vogel.
Dr. Vogel. Do you think she's trying to set up Dexter?
I do not think she's trying to set up Dexter. I think she... we see in the preview that she seems to be almost mentoring Dexter. At least that's how it seems. But I think she truly is fascinated by and wants to encourage Dexter to do what he does.
Just for the one patient, or do you think she wants to?
I think she is. I personally think that she's using him to basically so she could live through him. Because, like she said, they were both attracted to murder. They both chose murder. And so that might make them both a little insane. And I think maybe she is.
You know, I think they hinted that her student, the guy, the mad scientist thing, like she might be creating other killers. You know, I think they might have hinted that it wasn't just a patient who scoops the brains out, but actually somebody she taught to do that.
That's an interesting thought. I had not caught on to that. I had not seen that. But it does make a lot of sense.
Try to watch the next time on again. I'll do the same. See if I see the same thing. I can't remember exactly what.
Of course, then we have Dexter's storyline where he's trying to deal with Deb, trying to save Deb, going all over town, trying to trying to locate her, trying to call her, etc., etc. And then he has to do it with Harrison in tow, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think he was appropriately freaked out when he found his van door open and his son gone?
Yeah, yeah. I was expecting, but glad they didn't go down the route of what's his name, El Sapo or El Sipo,
Yeah.
the hitman. I was expecting the hitman were to have had him, but I think we've been there already, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Dexter's people getting.
Kidnapped by the bad guy.
Yeah, but it didn't end well for him, unfortunately. That was something else I wasn't too pleased about. Although it seems like they worked it out quick, which was the way they got rid of the guy Deborah was with.
Yeah. Which really made me sad because the guy who played now I'm forgetting his name, Biggs? I don't know.
Something like so. I think it was what it be.
The guy who was playing that, I knew from Entourage. He was a Dick director producer.
Right, right. Okay. I was trying to figure out who he was the whole time. My girlfriend and I were going back and forth. Like, I know this guy. He was what's his name? Didn't he do that movie about Escobar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the movie that he couldn't finish editing. It was like 6 months later, and he was still editing the movie because he couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
I forgot the character's name, but in any case, he's a good actor, and I was kind of sad to see him go from Dexter so quickly. But it was. I don't know. It was a shame to see him go so quickly. I already said that. I'm so freaking tired. I'm sorry, guys.
Maybe we can talk more about what's her name being naked tonight.
Yeah, there we go. She did keep her hands strategically placed.
Yeah, I was watching on a computer, and you said you were watching on a mobile phone. I think if we weren't watching on those things, we may have seen some nipplage. I'm pretty sure,
so?
at least some silhouettes. Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
The guy who played Joey Quinn, he definitely got a treat, I'm sure.
He definitely caught a case of something over the summer or over the break. He's like 10 pounds. What happened to him?
I don't know. Maybe he's broken up over LaGuerta's death.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. There's not much more to discuss. Of course, we did have the final parting words, of which we've already alluded to, which was Dr. Vogel telling Dexter he can't kill her because it's against Harry's code, which was like the bomb of the episode.
Yeah, it didn't sit great with me because I was like, how did she really figure out Harry's code? But that seems like something I'm not sure you could figure that out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, maybe you can figure out Harry trained him, but the actual phrase Harry's code, it struck a bad chord with me because it was almost like, well, she's a psychic or something, you know?
I had the thought that I thought it was weird that she had what we assume are Harrison's drawings, because the first person to get those drawings would be the teacher, and you would think the teacher would mention something before it ended up in a profiler's hands.
Yeah, I also thought they were Harrison's.
And it's just weird that she got them instead of the teacher who probably elicited them.
Yeah.
Especially, isn't Harrison going to like a super religious Christian preschool or something?
I don't know. I try to lose track of Harrison. He really gives me anxiety.
Okay.
I don't appreciate it. Tonight's episode gave me anxiety. I know what it's like when you're trying to do something that's very important, and you've also got the children who are very important, and you're stuck with that dilemma, and it gives you anxiety. So I was never fun. Once Harrison was born, I really just lost that free-for-all feeling that I had from watching the show.
Well, I mean, I can understand that. I think that the character had to evolve,
Hmm.
and that's how they did it, is by giving him a wife and kid, or kids at the time, because you still
Yeah,
had Aster and
Aster
Cody.
and Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're from the
But
books.
yeah. Um, what else was I going to say? Oh, and that was a big theme of the episode. I thought, at least, was control. Is he kept losing control in this particular episode? He lost control on that other driver. He lost
Yeah, on the
control of
highway.
Batista. He lost control one other time, and I forgot when it was. Well, he lost
When
control
he
of
killed Deb's
that guy.
boyfriend.
Yeah. I mean, he lost control quite a few times in this particular episode. So I don't know. I figured that was the ongoing theme. Is that's one thing that he's always had going for him was control.
He lost
Which
control on Harrison. He freaked out Harrison.
mhm.
Yeah, I didn't think about that as a theme, but you're right. That is definitely what the theme was.
And I figured that if the profiler lady, Dr. Vogel, were looking for the real Bay Harbor Butcher, that might actually help Dexter to be so emotional, because generally psychopaths are not emotional. And Dexter's kind of made that something that he's learned is being emotional. So I
Yeah.
figured that I might throw her off the scent, but apparently not.
No, she's not looking. She found. And the question is, how long ago did she find? And a bit of a wild speculation while we're back on her. I meant to say before, I wonder if she was a killer herself. When you said something before that made me think of she's having Dexter to do what she can't do now, you know? Oh, you said live through Dexter. And maybe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she is trying to live through him because she used to kill, but now she's too old, too weak, and she can't do it herself.
You think so?
Maybe. That'd be interesting enough.
Mm-hmm. Um, wow. Okay, this is a very short episode because I got nothing else. Wild speculations? You have any?
Besides that, no, but there is one thing we did gloss over, barely mention, which is the hitman who's now going to be after Deborah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
And if he does any sort of research whatsoever, he's going to find out that she is formerly uh, Lieutenant Deborah Morgan, and that's going to be a treat.
Yeah, that might make him back off.
I don't
It's
think it'll
always the
make him back.
mafia with these people. The mafia is always after them. The mafia, the Czechoslovakians. It's always some criminal organization is after these people.
Yeah. You have a very drunk camera. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm holding it. I'm holding it. Otherwise, if I keep it on my knees, you're just looking at my forehead. My
Gotcha.
forehead and my grundle.
And your Grundle.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. What else? Oh yeah. We got the hitman going after Deborah. I don't think he's going to stop just because she used to be formerly Deborah. He might figure out pretty quickly that she might be after the jewels, not to turn in, but to keep.
She may see. I thought she was going to keep him when she said that to Dexter, but then she called up her guy from that job and said, "I might have a lead on the jewel. This dude's dead, but I might have a lead on the jewels, so we might come out. We might come out ahead on this one." So maybe that means they're gonna return it for a reward, or maybe that means the two of them are gonna get into something. But I think probably reward.
Isn't didn't that Nick Cage movie that he did tell us that if you recover treasure, that you get like 10%? National Treasure. Thank you.
Yeah, those movies. I didn't see them. I mean to. I keep waiting for them on Netflix. They're never there.
So that would be like $50,000 for her.
Yeah,
Well, minus whatever her company takes. So I don't know.
better to fence them.
I just think it. Oh, and something else that I found kind of funny was the Biggs or Bings or whatever his name is, dead guy. He was talking to El Sabo, like El Sabo.
Medellin. That's the movie.
Yes, I think we should call him Ian from now on.
Yes.
He was talking to El Sabo like El Sabo was an amateur, yet we come to find out that it's really him that's an amateur, or else he would have known that this was a mob jewelry store and not to hit it.
Yeah, he was definitely an amateur. He was just, an aggression-fueled, person. Which is what attracted Deb to him, because now she's a thrill seeker.
And that actually comes to the idea of that she apparently seems to want to die. He's all like, "Oh, by the way, Hitman's on the way," and she's all like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that changes nothing.
No.
But okay, I think that's really all we got. I'll do a quick, quick wrap up, and we'll get going. Sorry, this was so disjointed. My brain is on the fritz. It's been fried. Join us next week. We're gonna have this discussion every week. Hopefully, we'll get some more guests. Even though our guest this week, Todd, has been great. We'll hopefully get some more people.
Buy my book.
Oh yeah, he's got a book out at rottinghorse.com.
Yes. And if you're watching this, contact me and I'll send you a free PDF.
Yay! Remember to check us out at geeksaround.com. You can watch our discussions every week live at 8 p.m. at geeksaround.com. I think that's it. All right. Peace.